4% of every commit on GitHub right now, it is written by Claude Code. It's not AI in general, but Claude Code specifically. Now that's about 135,000 commits every single day. And 3 months ago, it couldn't even run without you babysitting it. Now Anthropic, they shipped 35 updates in about 90 days. And some of them, they genuinely changed how software actually is getting built. So I went through every single one, and these are the ones that actually matter. So to first understand why Anthropic went on this shipping spree, you need to understand what actually happened late last year. Now, Peter Steinberger, he launched OpenClaw, and the entire internet, if you remember, it went absolutely insane. 180,000 GitHub stars in under 4 months, and it was the fastest growing repo in GitHub history. And then suddenly, everyone could just message their AI agent from Telegram, WhatsApp, iMessage, Discord. And people, they were buying dedicated Mac minis just to keep it running 24/7. And that had actually exposed Claude Code's biggest weakness. You had to actually just sit at your desk. You had to approve every single action. So if you close your laptop, the session's going to be dead, and OpenClaw solved that. Anthropic hadn't. So Anthropic, they had a choice. Either just let open source projects built by one developer in 1 hour just keep out shipping them, or respond to them. And they chose to respond, and what actually came next was the most aggressive 3 months in Claude Code's history. So let's start with one of the biggest themes of the quarter, Anthropic shipping about 4 different ways to use Claude without sitting at your desk. And they did this in about 4 weeks. So first up, this is remote control. Now this landed end of February, if you remember, where you could just run a command inside of your terminal. It's going to give you a QR code in which you just scan it with your phone. And now your entire Claude Code session, it sits right there on your phone. So you can type prompts, you can see what Claude is actually doing, and you can approve actions all from wherever you actually are. Now, the setup, it literally takes 30 seconds. It is the simplest thing that you could do. And limitation is you can only control one session at a time, and you still have to approve every action manually. So if Claude needs permission while you are, out walking your dog, it just is going to be sitting there waiting. It's a very good first step, but it's definitely not hands-free whatsoever. Now, 2 weeks later from there, Anthropic actually shipped Dispatch, and where remote control actually lets you control one session, Dispatch, it is going to be effectively the orchestrator of things. So hypothetically, you send a task from your phone, Claude, it figures out whether it needs Claude Code, or Cowork, it spins up the right session, and then it is going to be running it independently. So with this, you can get push notifications when things are actually done. And, with this, you're not going to be babysitting just one specific session. You're actually delegating multiple tasks at once. Now, one user, he tracked his usage over about 48 hours, 25 minutes of direction from his phone, 3.5 hours of parallel work from Claude. So he gets competitor analysis during his morning coffee, design iterations while he's at a trampoline park with his kids, 25 minutes in, 3.5 hours out. And that's a different way of working. Now, if you remember, the whole reason that OpenClaw actually went viral was because you could message your AI from Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord. But on March 20th, Anthropic, they shipped the direct answer, which is channels. So they literally called it the OpenClaw killer, where you can simply connect your Claude Code session to a messaging application. It takes 2 minutes. And now you can send tasks to Claude from Telegram, Discord, even iMessage. And Claude, it'll do the work on your machine and it will reply in the same thread. And it's just a two-way chat. But channels, they actually go beyond messaging. So they can also receive events from your other tools. So if a new lead comes in, if a payment fails, if a form is being submitted, that event, it pushes straight into your Claude Code session. And Claude can actually start reacting to things happening in your business, even when you are not there. And then this is the one that actually broke the internet completely, and that's computer use. So this is where Claude can actually now see your screen. It can move your mouse, click buttons, open applications, navigate browsers, fill in forms and spreadsheets. It can take screenshots. It can reason about what it sees, and it issues your mouse and keyboard actions to actually get things done. And with this, it simultaneously can pair with Dispatch. So you send a task from your phone and Claude will open up whatever applications it needs on your desktop and it'll get it done. It literally acts as you. Now, it is still very early, so it's in its research preview stage for Mac and Windows in Pro and Max plans only. And it's slower than just a direct API integration, but think about all the applications that will never get an MCP server, your enterprise tools, your legacy systems. Pointing Claude at the screen and saying just do this it is going to be massive for those specific use cases. So that is 4 features in just 4 short weeks. And Claude Code, it went from just, sit at your desk and babysits to actually message it from your phone while it is being and controlling your entire desktop. And that was just the start. Okay, so at that point, you can reach Claude from anywhere, but that only matters if you can actually leave it alone. And that was the other massive problem this quarter. So here's what everyone dealt with, including myself. Claude Code would stop and ask permission for everything. So every file write, every API call, you had 2 options. You could babysit it, you could click approve on literally everything, or use the dangerously skip permissions flag and hope it didn't delete everything. Neither was a very great option. So that leaves us to March 24th, which is the auto mode. Now there's now a classifier inside of Claude that just reviews every single action before it runs and decides if it is safe or not. So creating files, writing code, installing packages, running tests, it's all automatic, but deleting files, pushing to your main, or sending data externally, those are going to be blocked specifically. So from Anthropic's research, they found that developers, they approved 93% of prompts anyway. So auto mode, it just handles that 93% and only asks you about the 7% that matters. Now, for me personally, this was one of the biggest levers that I actually pulled and one of the biggest lifts for my team and I, because I'm constantly just tapping away my keyboard, just pressing yes, approve, approve, approve. It's probably for me about 0.5% of things that I actually disapprove or say no to. So the catch with that specifically is it's Teams plans only right now. So if you're on Pro or Max, you will not see it yet. But there's actually a workaround. So you could just set up allow and deny rules in your settings.json. You could allow reading, you can allow writing, dev servers, and even tests. So you could also block any installing packages and delete any files and anything external. So it's not going to be as smart as the classifier I just introduced. It's blanket yes or no, but it gets you about 80% of there on any plan that you're on. Then next up, there's loops and scheduled tasks. So loops, they just let you actually run recurring prompts inside of your session for about up to 3 days. So you can just type simply /loop with a time interval, and Claude, it'll just keep checking on whatever you need, whatever deployments, whatever CI pipelines, and incoming PRs. But the bigger deal with this is cloud-based scheduled tasks. So you could simply set up a repo, whether that's going to be on a schedule and a prompt, and it runs on Anthropic's infrastructure, whether your machine is going to be on or not. So for example, a scheduled task, it's going to run every single morning for you. The auto mode, it handles all the permissions and you don't have to approve anything. And you can just check in via channels from your phone. And that's an always on workflow that runs itself. So 3 months ago, none of that was possible. All right, so now at that point, Claude can run on its own. You can reach it from anywhere. But none of that matters if the model itself isn't inherently good enough. And that's the third big shift this quarter. So February 5th, this was probably the single biggest day for Claude Code this quarter. Opus 4.6 dropped with 3 things that actually mattered. So it had a 1 million token context window. So effectively an entire large code base, it can now fit into Claude's working memory, and up to 128,000 output tokens, so it can generate much longer code without actually cutting off. And it had adaptive thinking, where Claude, it just decides how deeply to actually reason based on how complex your task is going to be. So in practice, Claude can now work with massive code bases without forgetting what it was actually doing halfway through. And that context limit right there, that was the single biggest complaint from any developers or any builders on production code. And Anthropic, they just removed it from that. So I wouldn't actually recommend loading a full million tokens. The performance, it's going to be significantly going to be degrading at that scale, but the headroom, it just means that Claude, it doesn't lose track on any complex projects, and that's a very fundamental shift. So with all of that, more context, it inevitably means more memory to be managing. And if you've used Claude Code for a while, you've probably noticed this, where after 50 or so sessions, its memory files, they're just a complete mess. So you have contradictions, you have pretty stale references and outdated notes about bugs that you fixed weeks ago. So Anthropic, they shipped AutoDream. Now, AutoDream, and the name, it's actually pretty intentional. It's just modeled on how your brain consolidates memories during sleep. So between your sessions, a background agent, it kicks in and reviews all of Claude's memory. So it converts any relative dates to just absolute exact dates, and it deletes any contradicted facts, it merges any duplicates within that, and it prunes anything that references files or bugs that simply just are not existing anymore. So it does keep your memory index at about under 200 lines or so, because every token spent remembering is a token that cannot be spent working. And it also triggers automatically after 24 hours in 5 sessions, so you don't even have to do anything. So it's practically just a no-brainer to have anyways. Now, here's another one that actually flew completely under most people's radar, which is Claude Code security. So you just type security review and it'll scan your code base for any vulnerabilities. But unlike any traditional scanners that just are pattern matching, this actually reasons by your code like a human security researcher would. So it can trace data flows, it can understand how components actually interact, and it filters out any false positive. Now, Anthropic, they ran it against production open source code bases and they found over 500 vulnerabilities that had gone undetected for years prior, some even for decades, and bugs that every other tool completely missed. And that's a genuine breakthrough, not just a feature checkbox. So consider like how this can actually be used for, service businesses. Now they're going to be much more willing to actually buy in. Okay, now everything that I've just shown you so far shipped between January and March, but Anthropic did not stop there. April has been just as aggressive and we're only about 14 days in. And honestly, some of these are the biggest drops that we have seen this, the past 2 quarters now. So just last week on April 8th, managed agents just went into public beta. So this one matters, especially if you build with Claude, not just using it. So up until now, deploying Claude as any autonomous agent in production, it meant building your own infrastructure. So that means sandboxing, that means session management, that means providing the necessary permissions and credentials and error handling and any tracing, like that's all going to be on you. Now, managed agents, it means Anthropic can actually handle all of that specifically. So you could just make an API call. You can define the agent, you can define its tools, its container, and its task. And Anthropic, it'll spin up a very secure sandbox for you and then run it. And it gives you results with the full trace logs. So the pricing is about 8 cents per runtime hour plus the token costs. So for less than $1, Claude can run a complex multi-step task for hours in a production sandbox. And if you're building AI products or selling AI services specifically, like this is how you ship agents without building any infrastructure from scratch. And if you want to go deeper on managed agents, we've already made a detailed video on it. So make sure to check that out. I'll have it linked above, but also check out the link in the description. Or if we forget to do that, then just check out some of my previous videos. Then next up, there is UltraPlan. So this is actually still in research preview, but it is really interesting. So normally when Claude actually plans something, it just thinks in your terminal using your local context, right? So for any complex projects, that fundamentally means you're going to have a pretty rushed plan. But UltraPlan, it hands the planning off to a cloud session running Opus 4.6 that can actually think for up to about 30 minutes. Now your terminal, it stays free, and the plan, it just is drafting in the background. So you can review it in the browser with the inline comments, and then you can execute in the cloud or just teleport it back locally. So 30 minutes of dedicated deep thinking versus about 60 seconds in your terminal. And for any complex architecture decisions, like that's a completely different quality of plan. And this can completely change things for you and whatever you're actually building out. Now, computer use, they expanded to Windows on about April 3rd, 10 days after the Mac launch. So both platforms, they now get screen control. They also shipped per model cost breakdowns in /costs. So you can finally see exactly what you're spending and where. So Vertex AI Setup Wizard for Google Cloud and /team onboarding, which is just going to be generating any ramp up guides for new teammates based on how your project is actually set up. And one more thing that actually matters more than it sounds is that in March, Anthropic dropped the default effort level to medium. In the community, they have been pushing extremely hard back. This is actually one of the most important things. So there's more hallucinations, skipped steps, rushed completions. In April, they reverted it back to high, and that kind of responsiveness builds trust, I would say. But just be wary about this and, make sure your effort level is going to be max. All right, so those were the headline features January through this week, but some of the most useful updates, they got almost zero attention. So I'm just going to quick fire through these. So first up, voice mode. So we have the voice command. You just hold space bar, you speak your instructions. It has about 20 different languages and you can speak faster than you type. So use this. MCP tool search. So if you use multiple MCP servers, Claude used to dump every single tool definition into context at the startup. Now it actually defers them and it only loads what it actually needs. So that's about 85 to 95% context savings, and your sessions are much faster. They're also much cheaper. Now, hooks, they also got a massive upgrade. So the pre-tool use hook can now inject context into Claude's decisions. So any HTTP hooks, they just let you connect to external webhooks. So this turns Claude into something that you actually wire into your entire tech stack. Now, agent teams. So there's multiple Claude instances working in parallel on different parts of your project, coordinating through a shared task list and a mailbox system. So it's not just parallel terminals, it's actual collaboration between agents. And then there is the one that Anthropic probably wishes that I wouldn't mention. So on March 31st, Claude Code's entire source code had accidentally leaked via a source map file inside of their NPM package. So that means about 500,000 lines of TypeScript. There's about 2,000 files, and it got mirrored and forked thousands of times within hours. So there's about 7,000 GitHub stars on an ecosystem repo in a single day, and it spawned clean room reimplementations, and it even spawned clean room reimplementations inside of Rust. Now, Anthropic, they patched it, I would say, incredibly fast, but the leak actually showed something interesting about how Claude Code works under the hood, and that is the architecture. So the system prompts, the tool implementations, and the community's reaction, it was mostly respect, where the code, it was well written, architecture, it did make fundamental sense. And it was almost like a public code review that Anthropic accidentally passed. And honestly, the fact that the community's first reaction was like, wow, this actually is really well built, tells you something about where Claude Code sits in the market right now. Although obviously, you know, it's going to be really well built given how many people are actually using this, how big of a tool it is, and you know, the results and leverage it's actually generating for companies. So here's what I actually think most people are completely missing about all of this, is that these are not random feature drops. Like, these are consistent patterns. So 3 months ago, Claude Code, it was just a terminal tool for developers where you typed commands, you sat at your desk, and today it's nothing short of an operating system for how you work. It runs on its own, it controls your screen, you message it from your phone, it remembers quite literally everything, and it deploys agents to the cloud for about 8 cents an hour. And it's connected to your entire business through channels and MCP. And the numbers even back this up. So I mean, they have 84,000 GitHub stars, 75% of startups there are using it. 75% of startups are actually using this. 4% of all GitHub commits is consisted of Claude, and the weekly active users, it doubled since January. So the question isn't whether Claude Code is useful anymore. It's simply like, what interface actually works best for the way that you are working right now? Is it terminal? Is it the desktop application? Is it your phone? Is it a visual user interface? Is it the cloud? Like, all of those, they are now real options, and that shift happened within 90 days. So enough yapping about all these features. Those are the most important things that have been released within the last 90 days or so. And with that being said, if you guys want a head start on all of this, I built a complete operating system on top of Claude Code inside of my free school community. I've got 18 production skills, brand memory and context, a self-learning loop, and you can access the whole thing through a non-technical visual UI. So link will be in my free school community down below in the description. With that being said, if you guys are interested in all the latest tool drops, how to use AI and all these different things strategically inside of your business, or how to grow a business out of this, then make sure to, again, join our free school community or check out our free AI newsletter. And if you're a business owner looking for us to implement any of these systems inside of your operation, you know, teach your team how to use this, or just set it all up completely done for you to either grow your business or just save your team a bunch of time every single week, then make sure it's to book in a call with our team, see if it's a right fit and how we can actually help you grow. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below. It is absolutely insane where Anthropic is going with this. It's even a little bit scary. So interested to hear you guys' thoughts on all of this, where we're going with things. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.